Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. For today's episode, I thought we could talk a little bit about worrying. As you saw in the title of this video, I think that worrying is basically worshipping fear. And I know this doesn't apply to everyone, but for me, whenever I worry, most of the time, it's because I'm afraid of something. And I think the funny part of all of this is that no matter how much time I spend worrying, it will never change the end result. So I wonder what would happen if I replaced my worry time with praying. Like, wouldn't the results be much more satisfactory? Now, it might be really easy to say, oh, pray instead of worry, but actually doing it is the hard bit. Now, I think we can do this a little easier by trusting God. And I find comfort in knowing that in the scripture, God tells us not to worry so many times. One time that comes to mind is Matthew chapter 6, verse 25, or at least the beginning of verse 25. It says, "This is why I tell you, do not be worried about the food and drink you need in order to stay alive." Now, it continues in verse 26 by saying, "Look at the birds. They do not plant seeds, gather a harvest, and put it in barns, yet the Father in heaven takes care of them. Aren't you worth much more than birds?" I think the great part about this is that notice how in the end Jesus ends off by asking, aren't you worth more than birds? The answer is yes. And regardless of what we think we are worth, it's what God thinks we are worth that actually matters. And so really the verse is telling us that God's there for us and we should stop worrying, because we just need to trust God and He'll help us out. No matter what happens in this earth, no matter what happens in this lifetime, there's nothing God cannot handle. Whether He decides to help us or not is not the question. The question is, are we willing to trust God enough to let Him help us? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to comment down below what you think. Until next time, bye!